Hi everyone, this is my first YouTube video. I wanted to come on here and make a YouTube video because I really felt like it was important to have a space and to create a space in which people can kind of talk and converse and just feel some sort of connectedness. So to give you a little background on who I am a marriage and family therapist. I'm also a spiritualist. I'm a Reiki master. I do Oracle, I do tarot, and all sorts of spiritual fun stuff. I came on here because I wanted to create a space in which people can communicate and talk and just be open. And if they wanted one-on-one sessions with me, they can. But just to kind of give a little bit of an open conversation, right? And what I keep seeing are possible themes in both my practice and in the world out there, even with my own friends. So first things first, I do have a master's in marriage and family therapy. I'm not fully licensed, but I think that kind of is what sets me apart from any other reader, any other oracle or Reiki master. Most don't really have a mental health degree, and I do. So when I do tarot and oracle readings, I definitely bring that in. And that's why, like, usually my sessions turn into therapy sessions, even though I don't necessarily want them to, but that's where it goes. So during this time frame, I was like, you know what? I think it's important that people hear what I have to say, to be open and just to create a space in which you can communicate and follow me on Instagram, or if you ever want to reach out or talk to someone, I'm here. If you want to book me for a personal reading or a healing session or even spiritual therapy, more than glad to help. But in the meanwhile, here in this space, I kind of wanted to create a few minutes of just having a conversation and being open with you guys and letting you know what I kind of feel from spirit and why in while all of this craziness is going on, right? So the first thing is we're all going through this crazy epidemic, which is, I think, the first time for most generations. Maybe if you were 80 plus, you went through something similar, but if not, no one's ever went through something like this. So it's really critical that I think we all are so supportive and very loving and understanding of each other. I posted something on Instagram today and I was like, I really think it's important that we understand that we have to be patient with each other. We have to be very understanding and very loving of each other because all of us were on edge, even me. And look, and I'm a therapist and I'm very big on trying to remind myself all the things that I teach my clients. But one of the things I had to keep reminding myself to do is to remain calm. In this time frame, I've been losing my shit. I could say like every other minute, every other second. But the one thing that keeps coming back to me and spirit keeps telling me over and over again is remember that in order for change to happen, sometimes there needs to be a breakdown of a structure, right? As we see it in our own reality, as we see it right in front of us. And sometimes in order for that breaking down of that restructure for bigger, better, and a more easier form of life can kind of come into play, the bigger companies eventually have to break down, right? And now this restructuring of using more the internet will allow for more of a work-life balance, which we've all been in some way craving for. Who can work 60 hours a week and expect to be there for their family, be there for themselves, and function like a human being? You can't, right? So that's one thing. The other thing is remaining patient with yourselves. It's really easy to put a lot of pressure on yourselves, especially if you're the caretaker of your family, right? So that same person that worked 60 hours is now working 30 or maybe less than that, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to do it. There are resources out there, so please reach out to either your family or your loved ones and look on the internet. Everyone's always giving out information. I'm giving away information. So if you want, you can follow me. My Instagram will be on the bottom. And I'm always trying to update as much as possible. Things that you can do for your mental health, I say take deep breaths. I do the 5 by 5, which means take 5 deep breaths and with a 5 second count, slowly as you're breathing it out. When you do that, I find that by the time you get to the fifth one, you're already calm, right? Obviously, it's not that easy to do in the moment that you're like, fuck, you know, but I always say that there's kind of signs that you're getting to a space in which you're about to lose it. So for me, it's important that we identify what are those signs. So, am I irritable? Do I feel like my palms are sweaty? Am I feeling hot? Am I anxious? Am I tapping? Am I moving around? Am I walking around? And obviously, we're going to get cabin fever. We're stuck in our homes. We're quarantined. I think those are the moments to kind of have a better conversation with yourself. So that comes to the second thing that I feel like this huge virus is going to bring to us is self-awareness. How many of us, especially those who live in New York, are not really in tune with who we are not really sure of who we are. And I think that that's kind of what this is bringing to the table. How well do you know yourself? What are you going to do now that you have this time to get to know yourself? How can you bring out for yourself what's important to you? And so to me, I feel like those are the two major things that this breaking down of the system is going to bring to restructure. So when you're having cabin fever, how do you calm down? Take a break. Go take a walk outside, one person at a time, obviously, with your little mask, always, hands being washed. But aside from that, also, maybe just go take a long shower. If you need a minute, sometimes I'm a big advocate. Like, listen, if I gotta look myself in the bathroom, I'll do it. But I think it's important that you're in tune with yourself and that you are aware of how you're feeling. And all of this comes from that. This will bring about different conversations, not with yourself, but maybe even getting to re-know your family, because you're gonna be with them. Maybe you never had the time to do so. And so the best we can do is make the best of this time that we have with each other. Um, Tell people that you care about them. Be open, but most of all, be open with yourself. So at least once a week, I'm gonna try to come on, and I'm gonna try to have a conversation. If I feel certain things from spirit, or if I know certain things from spirit, I'm gonna definitely share it here. Any conversations or common themes I see during therapy, I'm also going to share it here. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or even advice that you need, I'll do the best I can to reach out and to be open with you guys. So like I said, please continue to follow me. Follow me on Instagram. I have it on the bottom. And I look forward to hearing and speaking to you guys. Good luck, and don't worry, don't stress. Take a deep breath, 5 by 5. Bye.